So this is getting ready to record right now, and we will. So today we will be reviewing all the concepts in the Life Script series in this Mindful Mondays program. So let me bring up our little schedule here and all the concepts from Life Scripts. That's all from the transactional analysis type of approach in psychology, which has all kinds of cool, intuitive concepts that pay attention not on just to thoughts and emotions and behaviors, but also our intentions and our what we call our drivers, what drives us, and what are the messages we got from our parents that are driving us into a type of a life. Okay, so let's go. Here's a little review of our life scripts, and I'll try to put it on slideshow mode. Okay, I hope this works. Can you see the slide well now? So if someone can type it in the chat box. So life scripts. What is a life script? Well, it's a survival decision or program. It's an adaptation to to live on how to live uh, and it comes in part from the messages we get from our parental figures and from whatever events we had in life, especially in our youth, and how we decided to live according to that. Uh, at the base of our last script is our need for strokes. So we two types of strokes. We have warm fuzzies or cold pricklies. So the warm fuzzies are good comments, good in attention, affection that we get from our parents and from the people around us. Or it could be cold pricklies. So it can be comments that are negative or behaviors that don't feel too good to us. We then looked at another aspect that has a big impact on our life script. It's our life position. Where do we fit? Am I thinking I'm okay, you're okay? Is that like the basic position that we have in life? Or I'm not okay, you're okay, or I'm okay, you're not okay, or I'm not okay, you're not okay, nobody is okay, and that's an awful position to be in. Then we have our ego state, parent, adult, or child. What is our most common position? Do we act as a controlling parent, critical parent, or adult, rational, or child, adapted, or rebellious, or natural child? And then we have our rackets and games, the psychological games we play. That can be part of our life scripts also. It actually what keeps our life scripts going, the games that we play. Next, we have examples of life scripts. Let's say I think people always leave me. So by the way, a life script is we can compare it to what we call a core belief. It's something that we believe. It's at our core. It's not just an automatic thought, but deep down at our core, we may think people always leave me. I always put other people first. I'm not good enough. I can't do it on my own. Bad things happen to me more than they do to other people. I deserve this. What are your core beliefs which are part of your life scripts. Then we have script types. I don't know if we did look at that. That's Claude Steiner. He's a big influence in transactional analysis, and he developed the three categories of life script. We can have a loveless life script that like we're not relating with other people's with those good positive warm fuzzies, giving strokes, receiving strokes. So maybe we receive an injunction of don't be close, don't trust, and then we live a loveless life without intimacy. We'll talk about intimacy in a few minutes. Maybe our life script is more a mindless life script, lacking awareness. Maybe we've learned injunctions: don't think, don't be you. So we live a life like without paying attention, without being aware. And thirdly, a joyless life script, lacking spontaneity, which often leads to addiction. Um, uh, so a joyous life script may be someone we're thinking maybe addiction. No, people are addicted to things that brings them joy, but often when it's at the point that you're addicted to something, it can be food, can be alcohol, drugs, or computers, games, social media. At some point, it just becomes obsessive. There's no joy anymore. It's just you kind of feel kind of okay, but it's not okay really. So three categories of life scripts that we see here. You don't like your life story, change it. That's the whole point of the life script analysis. We can decide to change. We can decide, okay, I've lived all my life this way, either being a perfectionist or not being close to others, and I want to change it. Racket feelings, just briefly, and games, that's what um, keeps us into our life script. We use those games, those manipulative ways to get attention and to get strokes from other people. What is a life script? By definition, by Eric Berne, he's the one who invented the term life script, or at least developed what it is. It's a life plan made in childhood, reinforced by parents, justified by subsequent events, and culminating in the chosen alternative. It's a choice. Ultimately, it's a choice. So if you say, "Oh, uh, my life script," um, there's always bad things happening to me. There's a choice in that, in maybe a choice in just filtering life, and you just let in the thoughts that bad things happen to me. You can choose to let go of that filter, and I want to see the good things that are happening to me. So there's a choice, and we will finish today with that meditation: power of choice. Power of choice. And more information about life script. Oh, I wanted to show you this image. It's in there's the text is in French, but I think it it really shows what a life script is. Look at this scene. You have a mother. It looks like a mother getting upset at her child, her little girl. Look at that child. She's like she hears yelling probably, and she's hurt, and she's probably fearful, confused. What happened there? You see her little doll here. It looks maybe like the hair of her doll was cut off. There's something on the floor. So the mother is upset at the little girl. What what injunction is being transmitted to the child there? Like you're no good, don't do that, don't be a child, maybe you're bad, what did you do, uh, anything like that. That's a parental message that gets into the child. Then the child grows up. Look at the little girl, she grew up here. She has a little, she has a doll with her. Maybe it's the same doll, but there's sadness. That girl grew up with that injunction, the yelling, the fear, the disappointment, the not feeling okay. By the way, the little girl probably thinks, "I'm not okay. You're not okay." Can you imagine that? Then that girl is growing up to be a teenager, and look at the expression on her face. Oh, life is hard. Nobody loves me. My mom used to yell at me. I'm no good. Maybe I did a mistake when I was young, cutting the hair of my doll. I'm just imagining here what happened. And then that girl growing up as an older teen or younger adult, look at the expression on her face, like, oh, life is horrible. Will I ever be good enough to please my mother? I have to try hard. Maybe that's her driver. And then that person grows up to be a mother herself with her own child. So the cycle continues. Can you see the cycle? Does it make sense? The text here, that's in French, it says, you're not responsible for the program you received in your childhood. So, like that little girl, you're not responsible. It just happened to you. But it says, however, when you become an adult, you are 100 responsible of its update or redecision. What are you going to do with that thing that happened to you, with the story that happened to you? That's where redecision can happen. You don't have to repeat that pattern. Do you like that image? To me, it illustrates so much the truth and pain and how those messages can be like internalized deep inside and then reproduced in our life. Okay, next slide. Three types of life script. Also, I think we saw that in the past. We can have a winner life script, a loser life script, or a non-winner life script. A non-winner life script can be, for example, when I want to be a winner, I want to be rich, I want to be famous, but then maybe you live your life uh, a miserable life. Nobody loves you. Everybody leaves you. You might be rich and famous, but uh, really, is it a good life? So, a winner life script is really a life that is good. Even though we don't achieve all our hopes and goals, we live a good life with giving, receiving uh, something pleasant. It's meaningful, and we are okay. We are okay, and other people are seen as okay in that type of a winner life script. Common, and so another list of common life script. I think we've seen that in the last few weeks. It could be I'm a loser, or everyone else is better than me. I'm unlucky. Bad things always happen to me. Another list of examples of life script, but I want to jump over that. Now, Life script change. This is an actual email that I received from one of the participants in our mindfulness program. It's someone from our French program on the Tuesdays. She said, I learned that I have a winning life script. However, I tend to use drivers such as perfectionism, the be perfect driver. I can stop these drivers and make the decision that I have potential and that I don't have to always push myself. This allows me to live in the moment and appreciate the fact that I can take time for myself. I thought, oh boy, I like that. I want to share it to other people. So that's a life script change. There's a change in the fact that she says that she make the decision that I have potential. I can stop these drivers. I don't have to always push myself. Which brings me to the ultimate goal of all the life script analysis. It's autonomy. We want to come to a point of autonomy. We're not just the result or the victim of our past injunctions and our drivers. We can have autonomy. Being autonomous means to govern oneself, determine one's own destiny, take responsibility for one's own actions and emotions, and reject models that are irrelevant or inappropriate for living the here and now. So autonomy, I like that. And that's what I want in my life. And that's what I hope that you will come to a point in your life. We don't just uh, have life happen to us. We have a choice. We take ownership in our life. Just like that child who grew up with her mother yelling at her, she can decide to have a new way to live. Here's three aspects, three uh, items that are part of autonomy. According to Eric Berne, autonomy is manifested by release or recovery of three capacities. So let's look at that. There's awareness. First, there's awareness, which means what? It means mindfulness. That's where mindfulness comes in. To come to a point where we have autonomy, we start with awareness, mindfulness. We become conscious that wow, I'm have this be perfect driver in my life. I play games. I try to manipulate people to love me. Maybe I'm a rescuer just to try to have people to love me. Or maybe I'm a victim hoping that people will suck their energy. Or maybe I'm a persecutor and I'm always right. So realizing what games am I playing? That's awareness. We come to a point of spontaneity, which is I'll trust what comes out of my mouth is okay. That's spontaneity. It's going to be okay. I can open up. I can talk. I'll trust that I'll be okay. And finally, we come to a point of intimacy, which is I trust that I'm okay. I trust that I'm okay. And I even decide that I'm okay. I want to live a good winner life, with a winner life script. And I I will be okay. And in intimacy, I trust that I'm okay. Then I can get close to people. I can give strokes. I can receive strokes. I'm okay. And here's a little summary. Awareness, those three capacities: awareness, authenticity, or mindfulness. Pay attention, be real instead of trying to please. Spontaneity is trust that what will come out of my mouth will be okay. With intimacy, trust in your okayness. I am okay. I am okay. Does that make sense to you? Does that inspire you to want to have that redecision in your life and become autonomous? Okay, we're back to our group now. So basically, that wraps it up. That wraps it up. We've looked at life scripts. We all have life script that we develop early in life, sometimes at age 6, age 8, age 10. And we try to live. It's as if we have a mission to live a life in such a way uh, that seem to be adaptive at that age, at that young age, but it's not always adaptive and constructive today. So sometimes we need a redecision to start living with that awareness, mindful awareness, spontaneity, and reaching that intimacy with other people around it. Instead of playing game, by the way, intimacy is the opposite of playing a game. Playing a game, a psychological game, is try to rip off some strokes from other people by manipulation. But intimacy is, I want to be real with someone else and honest, being genuine, and saying, I'm okay, you're okay, and we'll interact that way. Does that inspire you to come to a new um, decision? That's the power to choose with a new life script. So I will send a kind of a questionnaire, hopefully today or in the next few days, with questions about what is your life position? Okay, I'm okay, you're okay, or I'm not okay, you're not okay. What are the games that you play? What are your drivers? What are your injunctions? To kind of bring this all together and for you to have a picture of what is my life script and then what is my redecision? What can I decide and then have as an affirmation? Maybe your affirmation is, I decide I am okay. I am okay. I am loving. I am loved. I will look out for the good strokes, the good signs that people um, accept me, that accept others. So I will send that little questionnaire. It's free for you to respond or not, but it'll help to bring all those concepts together. And then I think I will send a kind of a summary of your responses to each. So by the way, it's anonymous, like nobody else will see your responses, and it will help you to have that overview of what's your life script and decision and redecision. Okay, Joanna says we looked at the script types last week. Okay, yeah, so I wasn't sure if we did look at that, the loveless, mindless, and joyless life script. Oh, by the way, yeah, I think someone actually wrote to me that, yeah, in response to that I about joyless life script doesn't mean that always maybe addiction, but that's I think we still have to examine ourselves uh, about that. Nancy says, very interesting. I have heard the term and knew about drivers many years ago. I had never heard of injunction. This is powerful info, actually very powerful info. And by the way, um, when people live trauma and they have post-traumatic stress syndrome, PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, um, a very useful way to look at it is through those concepts. What life script have you developed following your trauma? And is it still adaptive today, or do you need to review that and start living by taking care of yourself, basically? Okay, so let's finish today with our last mindfulness exercise. We'll start by breathing and have a bit of introspection. Following the cue of the sound of that bell, connecting to our breath first, listening to our body, taking a break from all the thoughts, the intrusive thoughts. And then we'll just reflect for a moment. Each of us in our mind, what did I receive as an injunction, as a message from my parents? Something might pop in your mind right now. Was it don't be you, don't feel, don't be a child, don't be close, don't make it. Sometimes don't be well physically or mentally. Maybe one of those injunctions will feel true to you. Then what driver did you develop to counteract that? Is it be perfect? I have to be perfect to please, hopefully to please my parents, or be strong, please others, try hard. Then what can be my redecision right now? I have the power to choose. By awareness, by being mindful, I can start being start being honest about my drivers, my obsessive ways, and I can decide I can change that. I can have a new direction in my life. I can be my free child, my good free child can be creative, uh, can be spontaneous. I can be me, and I can be intimate, real with other people instead of playing games. Now, I want you to think of an affirmation that will be yours for today that you can write. What will it be? I'm okay. I can be real. I will love myself. I will love others. Think now what will be your life, your affirmation just for today? Okay, if you're ready to do that, please write in the chat box what affirmation you've thought for yourself. It's totally voluntary, but I would be curious to know if some of you have thought of an affirmation that's yours for today. Usually it starts with I am or I will. So it's a decision. Um, it can be I will believe in myself. Uh, I'm on the good path. Uh, it's a new view of yourself. It's a new core belief. Uh, I am secure. I am worthy. I am lovable. It can be anything in that form. So I read, I am capable. Wow, that's powerful. I am worthy. Uh, I think you wrote I am worthy even before I said the words. That's great. I will be the light for myself and others today. Wow, wow. That's having an impact on others. I will love myself and others. I will be more spontaneous and value my true thought. Yeah, I'll trust that what will come out of my mouth will be okay. I am a good person came to my mind, probably a past driver that was the opposite. Yeah. I will be mindful witness of my being. I like that. A mindful witness of my being. And you know what? I read a quote that said something like that. Uh, uh, to be true to ourselves, we can be radically honest to ourselves. Uh, it takes courage to be honest. Okay. Um, I'm trying to see where I am. I will be mindful witness of my being. I'll let healing flow through me today. Yeah, wonderful. Healing. Yeah, accept that healing will come. I appreciate authenticity and I am curious like a child. Wonderful, wonderful. You are just wonderful. You lift my spirit today, all of you. You come up with those wonderful affirmations. Okay, well that's it for today. You are great. You are wonderful. And then I have one more. I will be authentic. So that's great. Okay, everybody, have a good week. Next week we continue. This is kind of closes our series about LiveScript, but we'll come back with some of those concepts and with all kinds of other good stuff that stem from mindfulness. So I hope to see you next week, same day, same time for Mindful Mondays.